it's gonna begin to be one of the best times of the year where we actually finally decide what game rises above all game of the year. But of course, we have a lot of other things we've got to get out the way. The nominations for game of the year. Mac, you said you had 3 games that you kind of wanted to express first, and what you think is going to be in this category, this dynamite category we have this year?
Red Dead,
of course.
Red Dead. Red Dead. Nah, so Red Dead, Spider-Man, and God of War. Even though I have not played Spider-Man, the news behind it, the like what it's receiving, the praise it's getting. You can't deny that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think those are definitely top 3.
Right, of course. And it's crazy to look at that and see that 2 games that are on PlayStations, like just a PlayStation exclusive game, both of those games, God of War and Spider-Man. And it was kind of like that even last year with Horizon Zero Dawn. And I want to say
what else?
There was I think there was another game. No, it was Nintendo. They had Legend of Zelda. And they had Super Mario. What was the Mario game? Mario Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's crazy that one console could just dominate so much in just one category. But I want to run down a couple of games that maybe you haven't thought about. Far Cry 5.
Possible.
Definitely
possible.
Why would you say Far Cry 5? Like, if Far Cry 5 could come away with this, why would they win Game of the Year?
For number one, consistency. There is never. I don't think there's a bad Far Cry.
Yeah.
I haven't played very much of it personally, but what I have played is enough for me to be like, I don't really do the whole first person thing. That is one of the few games I will play in first person.
Yeah.
Because of the way it presents itself, there's a comfort to it, and they've somehow got that to where I'm okay with it. So it's definitely, like, in my opinion, with everything you can do, it's basically. How do I put it? I mean, it's just like its own thing. Like, it's got its own spot.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Far Cry is just a chaotic game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Since Far Cry 3, that game was basically like just a surprise of how good it was.
Yeah.
And then now you have Far Cry 4 Primal moving into 5, which is probably the more better one, right next to 3. What about Monster Hunter World? What did you play? You played Monster Hunter World, right?
I got it.
Mm-hmm. They didn't put too much time into it. Do you see Capcom kind of getting their way into their nomination of Game of the Year now?
So I feel like in order for you to be that type of, like, for you to be Game of the Year, you have to do a few things great. That game is good, but it only does one thing really great, and it's kind of just a grind. So I wouldn't say it'll be up there, I think, but I don't think it's gonna,
because the reputation, the
reputation.
My bad, I said the wrong word. Repetition. The reputation that it got. That you look at Destiny in this grindy thing that they do, and it's like, no, this grind is fun. It's a little bit different, and people ended up loving that game. So maybe it can work its way in there. And then with the nominations and people voting, it's the gamers that vote at the Game Awards. So
end of the day,
maybe it could find its way through it.
I can definitely see it being a nominee. I don't know if it'll win though.
No, I don't think. No. That's it.
I can definitely see it.
I'm asking you different questions.
Yeah.
One game that me and you talked about before on this channel, and me and you really do love, is Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
You kidding me, man?
If a couple of these games weren't here today, we would probably say Game of the Year.
Yeah. I would definitely. I mean, honestly, if Red Dead and Spider-Man, that's it. If they weren't there, I think it would.
Maybe even God of War 2.
Okay, yeah, God of War. Fuck. Assassin's Creed gonna have to take that 4th place, man. Damn.
Wow. Oh, so you'd put Assassin's Creed over there?
Yeah.
Enjoy
not
it
over
much.
God of War, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Like, Assassin's Creed does do replay value a little bit better. That's it, though.
What is Assassin's Creed? What would it give you? What edge would it have going for this big title of Game of the Year? What did they do so well?
They basically took what was Assassin's Creed, tweaked it a little bit, and put it in Greece. One of the few places I don't think many people seen that coming. I mean, you got Spartans, you got the Spartan kick.
Yeah, which is awesome.
They didn't make the game easy. They made it to where you must play. You must grind. You must do these things. And they did it to where it was enjoyable. Repetitive, a little bit, of course.
Yeah, of course.
That's every game. But they did that part right. And that's what I think makes that a potential winner. If not, just nominee.
So many, side quests in that game, and I think the main quest is a pretty decent story.
Yeah.
Pretty decent story, and the game is so huge, and there's so much to it. And
the fact that you could choose between male and female for the first time as well.
That's pretty awesome.
And they are distinctly different characters, to say the least.
And apparently the choices that you make in Assassin's Creed Odyssey kind of change out the outcome of the whole game and stuff like that. Why Red Dead Redemption 2?
Man, Red Dead does what Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man and God of War and some of them other titles does right. In the Wild West at that. Like it like the feel, number one, it's Rockstar, man.
Yeah.
You can't not have a Rockstar game that's not nominee. Red Dead takes exactly what it is. It doesn't try to be a whole bunch of different stuff. It's exactly what it's meant to be. It's an old style, slow moving Wild West game that has everything that you would expect, from different horses to strangers trying to rob you of your horse to you having a bounty for killing said stranger for trying to rob your horse, to the point where you have no money to pay for your bounty. I just went down memory lane. I'm sorry.
Well, everything you're describing, it's all in the open world, and I think that's what Red Dead does so well. Is it pushes the boundaries of the open world and everything we've seen. So it's an innovative game. Why God of War?
God of War is so God of War was different. This one was kind of different in the sense where this wasn't the usual raging Kratos that we see. This was not a story based off of rage. This was actually based off of love, so to speak. Kratos was a lot more passive. He was not the angry guy who wanted to kill Zeus. This was a person, he wasn't trying,
more mature.
He wasn't going out for revenge. He was defending.
We saw like a father figure in him to his son and stuff like that. Well, definitely progressing through the story, we saw more of that come up.
He was still a badass.
He was in a lot of ways. What about Spider-Man? Why Spider-Man? Why would Spider-Man win Game of the Year?
Spider-Man, I don't think it'll win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna, let me put
why would it be thrown in that?
Now, I would say that for the same reasons the other single players are. This is exactly, they delivered on exactly what they said it was going to be. It was Spider-Man. You are Spider-Man, and you know it, you feel it, you enjoy it. It is fun. That shit is great. I mean, you can't get that in too many games.
Great, pretty decent story. I haven't played the DLC or anything like that yet. Apparently they're pretty short, but good. Quality's good. It's not, long enough. Probably not gonna win, but definitely probably a nominee.
Be a nominee.
So let us know in the comments what you guys think that that should be a nominee in the Game of the Year, and what your Game of the Year pick will be. We're gonna do that next week on the My Ninja Gaming channel. And Mac, appreciate you doing this interview with me.
Already, man. Appreciate you having me, dog.
And we'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.